Greetings, my fellow fans of the Digitally Weird. My name is JR, and today we are going to What Remains of Edith Finch. Whoa! It's all going. The morning would have been nice, but okay. Let's see what we got here.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I do enough drugs. Most things don't make enough sense to me anyway. That's a house?
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
What kind of house is that?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Man, I thought I was bad at opening my mail. Oh, it's motion controlled, okay. I think at some point bill collectors would take a hint. Man, you dumped all those letters everywhere. You picked those up immediately, young lady. Or he's in a barn, or... Well, looking at that house, there may be a barn attached to it.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
And, you know, it turns out the key, just opens the shed. She wanted you to get the lawnmower out so you could,
I wouldn't have driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Hoof prints? What? I'm pretty sure this is where Leatherface is from. Oh, screw the creepy house. Let's go play with the deer. Jump.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Like, why weren't we ever left alone with Uncle Jimmy? Why was that a problem? Also, why am I the only white person in this family? I have some serious questions. What the? This lady's last name Winchester?
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
It was weird because this is the kind of thing you'd only see in a fever dream. Hold on. We got a observatory. Got like a tree house on a tree house on a tree house on a tree house on a tree house. Who built this exhibit? What kind of place was this? There's a fake dragon head. Why is there a fake dragon head?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
Yes,
I was afraid of the house.
Well, you should be. Look at this non-Euclidean geometry. It's like this thing isn't a house, it's a shrine to Cthulhu. Well, they may be insane and have poor architectural skills, but at least they're giving me what they're recycling, so point in their favor. Can I go into the garage? Also, could I move at more than a snail's pace?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Yeah, because, you know, doorknobs, not a thing at all. Didn't even try. Let's see. Box cutter. Hacksaw, drill. Meticulously clean. Yep, you can evaluate serial killers. Sorry to break that to you.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
The Viking's Belly, the Nordic cookbook. Well, Viking and Nordic cookbooks. I assume that's just a lot of, like, you know, chicken legs and meat,
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh, God. Has someone been here to feed the cat? Is there a cat skeleton here? Because I'm just going to nope out of that now. Apple pie. Oh, this is actually a recipe for apple pie. Well, shoot. That's worth the price of admission alone.
Or only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Well, you know what happened to the cat now. That was inappropriate, and I do not apologize.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
How long were you gone?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
iPod deck. Okay, let's I'm gonna put on some good music. Play some Sabbath, man. Or we could just listen to the wind blowing through the window in a very creepy
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, could we not make that creepy a comparison? Ooh, what we got here?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
You know what? I'm an atheist, but even at this point, I'd be like, you know what? There might be something evil and satanic here. I'm just gonna hire a cleaning crew. Hey, there's the front door. I should go out of it now.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Yeah, that's not reassuring. Wow, did it get dark quick. So either go face evil in the attic or evil in the basement.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Right, killed in the attic it is. Let's check the chair up. No? Okay. Pacific Coast seafood.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Yeah, because he's buried in one of those rooms. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
But her hamster lives on to this day, craving the taste of blood.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Under the sea.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Really? It unlocks the book.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Yeah, or I could not, and I'd just investigate the rest of the house. I was kind of annoyed they ruined a perfectly good copy of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
There's many ways to interpret that statement. I'm choosing the one that's horrifying.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Well, to be fair, looking at this bathroom, I'm sure there are orgies here all the time, so maybe best to keep the kids out of there. Keep away from the coke-filled sex parties.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Again, starting to feel like we're in secure territory.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
And whether or not people were coming to get her.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Man, now those are some chops. It's like for some reason I'm gonna go back to the 1800s and vote that guy for president. And
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
And then the ghost killed her. The end.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
It was a brand new car!
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
What led to this little room that's,
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, that is a starfish with its arm cut off on a surgical tray.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
'Cause I'm a rotten little
I woke
brat.
up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
And then I saw the hamster. Yum, yum, yum. Why's your door open? Dude, have you never owned a pet before?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Dude, it was right by the gerbil poop. Yeah, this kid's a serial killer. What happened to the rest of the family that got killed? She went Michael Miles on him.
I ate a lot of things that night. I kept eating and eating.
What, does she have Pika? What is wrong with her? Oh no, stay away from the toilet, stay away from the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
And thought, give me some, I'm gonna have wings, give me
It was
barbecue
a barn
sauce.
swallow going back to her nest. I
And with
reached
this
out
nest,
for
there's
her.
eggs.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
What? What? I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, okay, now I'm a cat. Sure, let's roll with
I
that.
tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Ooh, presents. I thought I saw a putty tat.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Where'd my lunch, I mean, the bird go? Here, bird lunch. Here.
I jumped and I almost got her.
I'm not, I thought I was on rails. Okay.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Where is she? Where'd you go? My... What the damn thing? Oh, there it is.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
It's like some weird Animorphs fan fiction here. Alright.
Rabbits.
This is a first-hand demonstration of how cruel nature truly is, isn't it? Ah, I missed it. Alright, where'd you go? Where are you? Where are you, little bunny? Gotcha!
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
What is wrong with this kid?
Something bigger.
I'm gonna eat another child. This is how the start of my war movie goes.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
I have the same problem every
I was a
Thanksgiving.
shark.
Yeah, I don't know how well it's gonna. You're a shark in the forest. Man, the Rise of Sharknado are just getting lazy, aren't they? And I go.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Okay, I'm gonna eat sea lion.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
You come here, get in my belly. I lost it. Ah, there you are.
Flipper, and it tasted really good.
What the hell? Yeah, this kinda getting pretty dark here.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Man, this is like the worst acid trip ever. What am I now? Am I? What am I?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Okay, so now I gotta go eat people.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yeah, that guy was like way too lean. Come on, I think I'm in America. Where's the fat person?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Good, you were ruining that song. don't know how you were able to ignore the giant monster, but okay.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Yeah, turns out it was a shit shack. Can't blame for that.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Yeah, listen, I've never smelled anything good coming out of an old pipe. It's usually just sewage and, you know, unwashed hobo.
I got closer and closer.
Oh, hey, I'm back home. Am I gonna eat myself? That seems weird. Well, I mean, okay, this game already took a turn into Weirdsville, but you know what I mean. Da-dun. Da-da-da-dun. Oh, my stomach.
Oh, my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Well, yeah, you ate so much stuff, you're probably nice, fat, and juicy, Molly.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Yes, your cat.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Sure, it actually wasn't Molly?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
See, I was actually hoping the dragon head was actually some kind of, part of some weird ritual.
The room was like a museum. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Alright, well, let's go read the book then.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
With your house?
But 40-foot
I
waves
packed
off the
too much
coast of
of our
Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that. During the great majority. What is that noise?
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
There's a secret in the bathroom. Alright, let's see what we got here.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Hey, a dark room.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
I'm no expert on photography, but wouldn't all these old chemicals be super volatile at this point? Fort Calvin. Fort Sam. Okay, but I really get to Fort Kickass, so where's that? What direction is that?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Yeah, well, he was kind of a dick, I'm sure.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh, this is gonna end badly.
Sam, Calvin!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Oh, you're about to live every kid's dream.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Whee!
I think he'd already made up his mind.
How high up is this swing?
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Whoa!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Not so much flying as it was falling style, but you know the drill.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Ah, that's kind of creepy. Oh, I thought that was a switch of some kind.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Can you blame him? No, come on. What do you want from me? Oh, okay, there we go. Who the hell needs this many secret passages in
The
a house?
passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
And also, you know, in case you need to escape from the Umbrella Corporation.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Okay, I don't know why she has a picture of Satan and Darkwing Duck on her wall, but okay. Barb Street.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
And somewhere, if you listen off in the distance, you can hear the crypt keeper calling his lawyer for this blatant ripoff.
Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Ooh.
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Yeah, after like 5 minutes, I would have been like, well,
She
time
reached
to
for the music
call the
box.
cops.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Isn't there a little kid here? Maybe go check on the little kid.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
I think John Carpenter needs to get in that lawsuit. Take that, cans! Take that, detergent! You did not get all the stains out. Your box lied.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Watch out, I got a crutch and I know how to use it.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
Did you stumble into Grandpa's old wood porn collection? I have to talk with you now, and I'm really not in the mood for that. Alright. What was the stuff on the side here? Wait, which room? Oh.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Was I just in this room? Yes.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Quick, drop something heavy on him.
Vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Oh yeah, that's not a trick.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. From Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Yeah, sorry about, knocking you over the
She saw
railing.
what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
As for
Big fat help
Barbara,
you, Walter.
tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
A crypt keeper must be rolling over in his crypt.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Alright, well, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Be back next time with more of this tale of, well, I don't want to use the word dysfunctional, but I can't think of a better word to describe this family. Alright, until next time everyone, remember, play it weird.